Hello, brow and lash lovers. This is Jessica at J. Devereaux Beauty, and today I want to show you what to do and what not to do to make sure your eyes stay open. Sometimes I see my clients and their brows can grow in where the hairs feel like they're closing up the eye over here. I'm going to show you what I look for and how to use concealer and brow makeup to help enhance an open eye and not a closed, heavy eye. Ready? And here's the Plume Beauty Pomade. I'm using Chestnut Decadence and Plume Angle Brush. So for purposes of keeping it sanitary, I'm using the back of my hand and I'm not double dipping in the pomade here at the shop. So this would be your lid. I'm going to go on the side. Let's do what not to do first. And that is, I'm going to put it right here and then I'm going to drag it down, okay? And I'm going to try to clean this up, blend it. Okay, that's a, don't do that, okay? What to do. You are going to look at your brow. You use the side of your brush, and I like the point at the bottom. I'm going to get a little bit off of my pomade, not very much. Instead of starting in the front, let's start halfway through, and I'm going to stay on the top half of my eyebrow, and then go to the front, try to go in the middle, and then I'm going to blend. So this is open, and this is closed. Why I see it that way is on this eye, the brow hairs that start, that are light and fuzzy right here, are higher than the end of my brow that I've colored in here. So that's making it feel like heavy over here. So that's a way to measure it. If you look at your brow and you see this line and you go across and this is lower, that's going to make you look closed up, heavy, tired. One way to fix it, if you feel like you go too low over here, is just take your finger, low tech here, wipe it away. Okay, so if you found yourself dragging your pencil down, dragging your brush down, come across, wipe it away. In here, if you're like, oh, it's very dark, because I don't know if you can remember, essentially I put the pomade right smack on the front at first. That's too much color, and you're gonna be bummed out. You're gonna be like, ugh, that's messy and muddy and dark and I look fake. It's because you put a lot of product right at this lightest part of the brow. So the way to avoid that is start on the last half of the brow, and then when it's mostly worn off, touch the front. And then you won't get this really dark front. It's really easy to blend and really fast. Now they look a little more the same, but your finger for picking up excess is going to help you. And if you do it this way, you will avoid having to do extra work. Now, concealer. I love concealer to define the brow and give it emphasis without it looking like it's dark makeup. It's just like skin looking. So this again is what we're not going to do, and this is what we are going to do. Just want to save time and make it easy. This is the no. So you're going to put it, and then I'm going to try to blend it. Okay, that's a no. And then this is going to be a yes. I'm going to take it right under the highest point of my eyebrow, like the outside end of the nose through the iris, right where it kind of curves, put most of it there. And this is a pencil concealer, and I'm basically bouncing my brow left and right to kind of diffuse it out. And then I will take my spoolie and blend it into my hairs. My brows have not been done for a while. So this is a yes, and this is a no. Now, light-handed, right in the curve of the brow, bounce it to diffuse it toward your nose and the end of your brow, and then brush up. I often teach people in here, you want your concealer to come toward your ear, top of your ear, not your earlobe. We're not trying to drag down the eye with the light color going this way. Come toward your top of your ear, and then blend with this part of the brush, and it blends it into the hair and any texture on the skin and hair underneath so that it doesn't build up and look cakey. Like this. If you don't blend with a little spoolie, it'll get stuck in the hair, stuck on the texture of the skin, and you might come in to see me and you're like, when Jessica does it, it doesn't look like that. It's because I'm very light-handed, and I always finish with my spoolie. So if you did this, you put a lot on, just blend. So that's why if you're light-handed, you have less work, you're in and out, minute, bang, done. My brow is done. But over here, you're like, oh no, that's too heavy. Let's just blend it with the brush right into those hairs, and it will keep it on the skin, but wipe it off the hair. Now, the reason I don't like to brighten this on most people just like, it's really nice to just kind of leave that alone if you're not sure. If this gets really bright with concealer, the issue is I feel like it can make this look higher, which can then look like you're just really worried or listening, or like there's just like this come tell me all of your woes height in the front that I'm not a fan of. So if you put it here, you're risking making the brow look like you're tipping it up and making it feel heavy over here too. So when in doubt, just put it under the curve, blot in either direction, and blend. Okay? And then here, I can still fix it, but the catch is if you never did it in the first place, you won't have to fix it. I also am not a fan of putting the light color up here if I can help it, because sometimes if this gets lighter, it looks very Cro-Magnon, like you have this like curving brow bone catching light at the top. I don't think that's what people are after in terms of enhancing their beauty. So I don't tend to put it up here. Sometimes, if you want to show off your brow, again, very light-handed, this is still a to-do, put a little concealer here, but make it come toward the top of the ear, not the earlobe. Top of the brow, top of the ear, and it'll give a little definition, but guess what? Blend with your spoon. Because that way, if it's on any skin or hair, it'll blend it off. So it's not that you can't achieve a similar look between your two brows, but this one required a lot more time, and if I didn't blend, it would look heavy. And this one, if you're light-handed and do the technique I mentioned, it'll feel open and light, and you just blend in a second and you're done. There's no fixing and time needed to fix. So I hope that helps you achieve the look you're going for and save you time. Thank you. Bye.